Hello, my family. Welcome back to Tara's Take. Today I have tissue paper, lots of tissue paper, and since my printer is on the fritz, I had wanted to do some stuff with tissue paper anyway, but I got to thinking that maybe I could take some cardstock and cover it in tissue paper, making a background instead of printing digitals, because right now I can't. And my cleaning kit that I ordered from Amazon is like going to be 4 days late, which is just crazy. So I went to the dollar store and to Walmart yesterday when I did my weekly errands, and I thought, you know what, these are really cute. So I was thinking that maybe we could come up with something kind of cool with these pretty little tissue papers. So yeah, so what I've got here are a selection of those, and then I have a few pieces of cardstock with me, and I thought I would try like doing some of the Mod Podge, and then also maybe just doing glue stick, just to, I think these are open, yeah, just to get it onto the paper, because then that way I'm not really intending to Mod Podge per se, you know, I just really want to build on it. So let's go ahead and get started. You'll need some scissors, and you'll want some a tissue paper selection, of course. I was looking here to see, because I wanted to use the patterned ones more or less. So I've got to kind of pull them apart a little bit. I'm going to try something though, because I think I would like, yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to distress the pages that I know are going to have more white as the backdrop. And then that way, when I lay this out, it'll already have that kind of vintage, you know, it'll have a darker appearance underneath the surface of the print of the white areas of the tissue paper. So okay, let me find my little brush here. Okay, yeah, so that's ultimately going to be what I do. I'm just going to go in and distress this white. I don't want that stark white look. Since this is going to be covered, I'm not too worried about how this appears, simply because of the fact that it will be covered. I just want the dingier look to shine through for me. Now, I did do one the other day. I hadn't shown you guys, and I just was playing. And I Mod Podged this onto music paper, and I did both sides. And I was thinking this might be a page in one of the journals, but yeah, I did it on both the sides, and it's kind of cool because you can see the music sheet behind it, and I like that. But I needed to do something for background as far as like the pages that are within the journal that I'm going to build on, because the ones we did in the video yesterday, as you saw, I only had like, I think 5 pages with me, and it's for the traditional journal. Like I said, the other journal, the nativity one, I had printed my kits before the printer gave out on me, and also there wasn't as much red in that kit. There's more blues, it's more, you know, stark, and then neutrals. So, and I'm doing both sides of this. I may paper both sides of it, I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. So it's super early here. I am recording this on Sunday, and it's like 4:20 in the morning. I woke up, I had one of my nights where I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 1:30, and yeah, just couldn't go back to sleep, and was thinking about stuff, and you know, my brain just wouldn't shut down. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get up. So I got up, had my coffee, read my Bible, and spent some time in the Word. And Cordy won't be up for a little while because he's pretty wiped out. He worked all day yesterday, and on a Saturday, which he does not normally do. And so, yeah, he's tired. He was like, I'll be sleeping in tomorrow. He said, I would hope so. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead on this one. Let's see. I'm just deciding if I'd like to do Mod Podge or Aleene's tacky glue. It just depends on, you know, kind of the effect I want this to have. The first one I'm gonna do is this plaid. I think I might just try the different methods and see which ones I like the best. I think on this one I'll do the tacky glue because I have it here in my hand. And I'm gonna do that thing where I spread it on the paper. It's probably too much glue, but it's okay. Let me get one of my little cards over here. Everything is so crowded over here. Sheesh. Okay. And if you've never seen me do this, I do this so that it doesn't have any bumps or lumps underneath. I just get that nice smooth when I'm doing a large area. This is how I do it. I don't know if anybody else does this. I have never seen anybody do it, but I think maybe one person, and I don't remember who it was. I think I've seen one other person use their card to spread the glue first, and I can't remember now. It's been so long ago, but I do know I was like, oh, I do that, because I remember I saw her do it, and I had never seen anybody else do it, so yeah. And then you've got, of course, the fun of the paper bubbling on you, but we'll deal with it. It's okay. So I'm going to see if I can get 2 out of 1 sheet on this. Let me lay this out. Come on now. Yeah, this should be fun. Come on. Great, I got that under there. And I'm gonna grab a dry wipe and start trying to, I was trying not to get so many creases, but you know, tissue paper, it's very, very touchy. You know, as long as I get it down and I have a nice area to, because I'm gonna be decorating on top of this anyway. This isn't gonna be by itself. So you know how I feel about it. It's, you know, the more stuff that kind of seems to go wrong with a project, unless, oops, like that, unless it's detrimental to where, like, you rip the paper, like I just did. I was rubbing too hard. Got it? See, I get a little rough. I've told you guys that. But, no, what I was going to say is unless it's a detrimental thing where you just can't fix it or whatever, or you've destroyed something, you know. I don't worry about these little, I don't know, things that look like they're wrong or like they're actually mishaps. I kind of look at them as character on the paper. They just add an element, you know, of more interest. Of course, you got to make sure you move your card out of the way, your glue spreader, because otherwise you're going to have it stick into your tissue paper like I am. I'm in such a small area, that's why. If I had a bigger table, I wouldn't have those little mishaps. Now, what I'll probably end up doing is decorating over that. However, because we have, you know, like all this extra paper, I had this happen the other day with a piece, and it really is pretty much okay. I'm just going to cut a piece of it here, and I'm just going to do a little patch, you know. It's not a huge deal. It's really not. And so I'm just going to take some glue here and just run it over this area. Okay. And this is going to be, like I said, this is going to be decorated over. It's not going to be, you know, showing. So it'll have it'll have some little piece of ephemera on top of it. Okay. I did see up here in this corner. That's trying. There we go. I got it. Whew. Right here that it didn't get me. That it's not staying down. So another spot that needs. And as you can tell, this is kind of a fiddly task. Sorry for the fiddly videos this week. Sometimes, you know, as a crafter, you just got to get messy, right? You just do, whether you want to or not. Messy is part of the program, and I don't know. Sometimes I kind of find that the fun part. I'm kind of a messy girl, so I think I told you guys the story about the fact that I was the messy girl in the neighborhood. Like all the moms would say, "Honey, why are you the only one who's dirty on your legs and stuff?" And I'd be like, "I don't know," you know, because I was the one climbing the trees, and I was the one. It was funny because the neighborhood I lived in when I was 9, before we moved out here to Arizona, it was the only, quote, neighborhood I'd ever lived in. I had grown up on a farm by myself pretty much. I mean, my cousins would come over once in a while, but I was alone all the time for the most part. And I had just, you know, you become a bit of a tomboy when you're out there on the farm and you've got, you know, the horses and the chickens, and you know what I'm saying, right? And so yeah, I was just your typical little tomboy off the farm, and my mom for about not even a year, but probably for about 10 months or for about 10 months or so, we moved into town because she had sold our property to move out here to Arizona. And when she did that, I had to finish school, and she wanted me to finish school in Indiana, so she my school year, and she was prepping, you know, for our move. And so we moved to this house, and that was when I finally lived in a neighborhood with other little kids. And yeah, I was always the messy one, always. And I'm okay with that. I'm still okay with that. I'm 56, and I'm still kind of like a little kid that way, and I don't really care. Is that bad? I don't think that's bad. I don't know. I'm okay with it. I'm just me. So now what I did the other night, I'm trying to see, I could probably just tear this off actually. I'm not cutting it. But what I did the other night was, with that piece of tissue paper, I took the one that was double-sided. I just took the paper and flipped it and glued the other side, and then I just used both, you know, both sides of the same page. So I think I'm going to try that with this. However, this time I'm looking here to see. I think I'll go ahead and use a brush with my Mod Podge, and I think I need to buy new brushes. I don't know. Oh, this one seems okay. Yeah, it's doing all right. So we'll do the Mod Podge instead of the glue. The glue is a little thick, so, and it dried a little quicker than I wanted. Ooh, I've got a huge chunk right there. Oh man, don't go back in. I'm gonna have to clean that anyway. So I'm just gonna brush this on this side. Yeah, the Mod Podge dries fast, but not as fast as that glue did, so I don't want to have to redo the edges on this if I don't have to. So just get it down quickly. So I don't know, I just thought this was my my one way of taking care of the fact that I cannot print my stuff, you know. I thought, well, how can I deal with that? Because I need background. We could do more jelly printing. You know, I could do it like that. I mean, there's multiple ways that you can do this, but I don't know. I thought this might be kind of cute to have these tissue papers. They're so pretty, and I actually, you know, was lucky enough to, blessed enough, I should say, to find some that I liked. I was kind of, be careful, there's a thick spot right there. I don't want it to rip again. I was pretty excited because I found something with blue, because I couldn't find anything at Walmart. And then lo and behold, I go into the dollar store yesterday, and their stuff was cuter than Walmart's. This is, this plaid is from Walmart, and it's okay. I'm going to let that sit over here and dry. And then these reindeer were from Walmart. But the really pretty ones that I got were from the dollar store. I was laughing. I told the girl, don't you hate it when you go to Walmart and then afterwards you go to the dollar store and you find out that you had better stuff at the dollar store than you did over at Walmart? She was laughing at me. I was like, gee whiz, it's true though. I mean, okay, so now in this piece, I think I'll use these poinsettias. I like these. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I think these are really pretty. Or that this is a really pretty paper. Oops, I'm sorry, kids. Sorry. I do not like when I do that. Now I'm just checking here to see which direction, if I can use it. Yes, good. Okay, good. So we're going to go ahead. I'm not going to distress this time, of course. No reason to. I do want to try the, maybe I'll do that before. Not that, gosh, just bear with me, I'm tired. So what I was going to say is, not that I have to try it, because this I know will work. I've used it with it before, the tissue paper. So yeah, this is probably your least, I mean, I don't want to say least messy, because of the fact that, you know, the glue stick does get very sticky on your surface and stuff, but that's why I have this glue board down, so we're good. It's what it's there for. And you do have to make sure you get, you know, all the areas covered, which isn't always easy either, because if you don't see it in the right light, you can't tell what's, you know, what's covered and what's not. The biggest part is make sure you get your edges, okay, if you use the glue stick. And use, if you can, use a permanent glue stick. I mean, you can use just a regular crafting one that, you know, is just, or a school glue stick or whatever, but you will probably see your paper lift more so than not. So anyway, just a little heads up. Okay, so here we go. Don't stay down yet. I want you to get up above the line. Did I get this? Oh, I probably didn't get it over far enough, did I? I hope I did. Oh, good. It's a little crooked, but now this one is less messy as far as, like, you know, the feel of it. It seems, you know, it feels more flush than the other. And I can press on it without worrying about ripping the paper. So, but like over here, it's not on this corner, so I gotta make sure I get it there. And again, the reason I'm not worried about lifting with this is because I'm gonna decorate over this paper. It's gonna, by the time it's done, the stuff that's glued on top of it, it's gonna be sewn into a book. It's, you know, now this is pretty. This made a nice page for me. Okay, I'm gonna flip this real quick because it's wet. Let that side dry a little bit. Okay, and then now we'll do this side. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get messy. I like the Scotch glue. I do still want to try the one that Gail uses on Gail Agostinelli. What's it called? Yoo-hoo or Oohoo or something like that. I've wanted to get it, but every time I've started to order it, it's been out of stock, or it's been like, oh, it won't be there for a month, or, you know, and so I just haven't. And so now I have a subscribe and save on Amazon with this glue, and I get, you know, a new box of, I think it's 4 every 6 weeks or something like that. And so, yeah, I haven't gotten any of that other. So, if any of you use it, let me know. What do you think? I know Gail loves it, but I'm just curious if anybody out there uses it that I know who can tell me about it. Okay. Give this paper just a slight tug. Oops, we got a little wrinkle over here I don't like. A little too much. Okay, can I pull that down? I don't know. Nope, it's not going to let me. Too bad. So sad. You're stuck with it, T. You are stuck. Okay. All right. I like this paper. It's pretty. Okay. And you know what? We can cut this down much quicker because it's not the wet glue, you know? So I can go ahead and... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a little tiny bit of water right here on my desk and tap my finger in it, and I'm just going to run it. I think this will be easier for me than trying to cut it. I'm just going to run it along this edge because you know how easily tissue paper rips. And then see if I can just tear this down. I don't want to tear it so it shows any white. Dang it, it's doing it a little bit. I'm going to have to distress somewhat on this. Nope, I tore it right there. Shoot. Oh, actually, it just wasn't stuck down right there. Okay, there we go. We'll be cutting it. I don't want that to happen again. No, no, no. I just don't want that to happen again. I kind of wanted this to all be one, you know, nice, smooth experience here with this paper. Okay. Visually, I mean, you know. Okay. I did miss a tiny little bit of the corner. Can you guys see? Okay. Go ahead and trim my torn edge. I will definitely be doing a little bit of distressing. I probably would have anyway, knowing me, right, guys? You know how I am. Oh, it doesn't look brown enough. It doesn't look this enough. So this was a fun idea. I'm glad I did this because it's gonna save me from having to wait for that printer. Because like I told you, if it doesn't work out that the printer is fixed, I'm gonna have to get a new one, and then there's that process. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just don't want to have to not finish this journal. I've worked so hard on the ephemera for it. Sorry, I'm just trying to get some glue off my fingers. So there's that one. And, you know, it'll be folded over, and there's one of our pages. I hope you like this and that it inspires you to make your own. If you don't have a printer, and you don't have access to, I think I'm going to close this. My Mod Podge is, I'm going to use the other, I think. I'm going to pause for just a second so I can wash this brush. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Did you miss me? I know, I was only gone a second. So, here we go. I think I like the glue stick method the best. I wouldn't normally use it for something this big usually, but because I know it's going to be decorated over and all that, I think it'll be just fine. for our purposes today. And it's a lot less messy than other stuff, so. It's too early, I think, in the morning, and I'm just tired, and I want the easy way out. And I want to get these papers done, and I also wanted to get ahead on my videos, you know, and yeah. So since this one is for Thursday, that means that I'm actually doing pretty good on getting back in the groove of things. Gee whiz, guys, it took me weeks and weeks. I was laughing because now I totally get what Tina's talking about. You guys who listen to her, and you know when she takes a vacation or when she goes on a break or whatever, and she comes back and she's like, oh wow, you know, it's so weird to be recording. Yeah, you kind of feel like that. Okay, stay down for me for just, how about I do this? I know that's weird, but maybe if I just, nope, it's not gonna work. Never mind. Okay, I know, I have weird ideas sometimes. I'm just trying to make sure I get this up high enough, but not too high. And see, this one is showing up really well because of the white paper underneath. Let's see if I, there we go. Yeah, it's much easier with the glue stick, that's for sure. Okay. And if I stand up, I stood up, and that made a difference too on how I was able to see where I was going better. Sometimes sitting down and crafting while you're doing these videos is probably not the best method, actually. Okay. Let's see, I just want to make sure it's not too sticky anywhere so I can sit this back down again. Okay. All right. Oops. Yeah, I know I've had a lot of you, not a lot, but I've had quite a few people where I've talked to you in the comments and stuff where you've said that you don't, either you don't have a printer, or you know, you don't live near, you live out in the country, kind of like me, and you don't have access, you know, to get into town, to get to a big store, to get papers, only once in a while, you know. And so, and if you don't have a printer, of course, you can't print out these digitals. And I know Pam has a service from her where she'll print them out for you. And, you know, you pay her for the printing. And it's probably at least maybe a little bit cheaper than trying to go print digitals at a store. But, you know, sometimes you don't even have access to a store to go do it. So yeah, I was just thinking this might be a fun method of creating your own paper for your journal. If you do have access to tissue paper or to something, you know. Oops, I don't want that to happen. No, 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 no. You get off there. You don't belong there. The other side went so smoothly, I got cocky, I guess. Thinking it was going to do the same on this side. Anyways, but yeah, so maybe this will be a method you guys can utilize between this and like painting your backgrounds, or stenciling, or jelly plate if you have that. There's so many options, right? I mean, we could just do videos for years on all the different fun techniques that you can use to do this junk journaling. Our little junk journal world is full of expression. And you can sometimes do the same task, you know, with not, with just 10 different methods. I mean, so yeah. You know me, by now, you know I love to make backgrounds. I just do. I don't know. I just think there's something so fun about doing your own creations on backgrounds. Yeah, the altered book I gave to Maria, my daughter. She really liked the painted pages that we did. The acrylics that I did the stamping on and different stuff like that. Yeah, she really liked that. So that's one that I want to revisit as far, not even in a book, just in general. I'd like to create some painted backgrounds for my journals, like I did with that one. Now that one, of course, was in an altered book. I'm talking more about taking cardstock or watercolor paper, probably cardstock, because it's going to be for my journal, and I don't really, if it's going to be in the junk journals, I don't necessarily want it to be as thick as watercolor paper is. But yeah, just utilizing paints, you know, watercolors and acrylics and whatever, to create some fun. Maybe even mixing it up and trying some gelatos with it and mixed with the paint. I don't know, you know. I like doing the stamping on top of the wet paint. That comes out really cool. So there's the other one. Isn't that cute? So we have that one. We have this one. Now let's see if this one's ready. This one probably is ready to trim. So I'm going to trim this one down. Okay. Now see, this one's much messier than the other two. I like the results with the glue stick for this purpose. I really like it a lot better. And the paper feels compromised, you know, because it's got to completely dry. So it's, I mean, it feels cool because it's got that leathery feel to it, where the other one does not really have that. However, for all intents and purposes on this project, I really didn't need to have that feel. And it's much harder to cut it evenly. So, yeah. Won't be doing the glue and the Mod Podge anymore. We're going to keep with the glue stick. Like I said, though, it'll be fine. I mean, it's very lined and stuff. Wrinkly. Much more so than the other two. But I'll trim this, make sure it's all trimmed down. This was harder to trim down, that's for sure. And then this right here is not glued down. Look at that. Okay. Gonna use my glue stick on this part. Oh, this whole edge is like... Me and my glue stick, it gets dry so fast and I don't cover it enough. It's my fault. My fault. Need to have a wet one handy. There we go. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, I'm just running along this edge. Make sure the edge is completely down. That was a lot of it didn't get down. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we'll trim this. And let this baby continue to dry. Okay, but we have 3 of them now. Let's do the reindeer. These are cute. These little holly leaves, and I like that. And they're kind of all over the place, so I can fit that however I want. Good. All right. So, let's see. It's Thursday. It's going to be Friday. Does anybody have any plans for the weekend? I do not, as of yet, of course, but I'm a week in advance. I am shopping for my computer. I've been looking, because that's what Courtney wants to get me for Christmas. That'll be my Christmas gift. Praise God. I need one. My computer is, it's a good old computer, but it's old and it's a desktop and I can't design on it. And I mean, I can slightly, do certain things, but yeah, it's not, it's just gotten older and, doesn't have the room in the drive anymore. And I know I could get an external drive, but it would just continue to be the same problem over and over again, because it's a 8 gig and it just doesn't have the space, you know what I mean? So, okay. I'm trying not to let this attach itself until I have had a chance to smooth it out. I did this one better than all of them. See, it just takes practice. You start to know what... I don't do a lot of decoupage and stuff like this, so I'm not rehearsed at it all the time. Every time I do it I haven't done it in a while, so I have to kind of go, oh yeah, don't let that happen, or oh yeah, don't let that happen. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm excited. So I've been looking, but my goodness, guys, there are so many computers out there, and I know what I need, because I had already talked to a gentleman here in Arizona who owns a store, and he was very kind, took his time with me. I didn't purchase anything from him. I had called him because I had service done on my desktop, and the guy had kind of, I don't want to say he did me in, but he kind of took, he just did some stuff that I knew, because I have enough experience with computers that I know what he did was not right. And so I called this other store to talk to him about it, to just get his opinion, kind of get a second opinion, and find out if I needed to get anything, fixed that this other man had done. And so he ended up, I told him what I want to use the computer for, which was for creating digital kits. And he's like, well, that computer will never do what you want it to do, no matter who works on it. And it's not got the capacity to be rebuilt to do what you want it to do, unless you want to spend a fortune, and it'd be just cheaper to buy a new computer, So he actually went on Amazon with me. He took control of my he you know what I mean, he networked in with me and took control of my end of it so that he could see my desktop. And we went over all the computers, and he told me exactly what I needed, which I thought, I mean, for no charge. He spent like, I don't know, probably 45 minutes on the phone with me. Me and Courtney were very impressed with his professionalism. I gave him a raving review, even though I've never purchased any services from him, but I told people this man is trustworthy, because he's a good businessman. And he knew his stuff, He was very confident in what he told me. Yeah, so I know what I need to get as far as the hardware. And he said, just translate all of this information into any brand that you're going to get. Don't focus on the brand so much. Focus on these aspects of your hardware, what you're looking for. So, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. But even doing that, you got to read reviews. And you want to get, I don't want to get something that's fresh out of the box, brand new, that's only got like 2 reviews, And I don't want to get something just because I think it's a good name brand, because it's not necessarily going to be the best for what I need it to be for, And then also there's the price. We want to keep it within a certain range. Yeah, so it's been interesting surfing the web for a computer. So Cordy's idea, and I think he's right, is that I should just go into town and look at like Best Buy and talk with them there and find out, what kind of deals I can get, because we don't want something refurbished. You can get a lot of, I did that with my phone that I use, for my videos and just, well, it's my phone, period. I got a refurbished one on Amazon and I've been very blessed. It's a great phone. But I don't want to do that with a laptop, I definitely want the right one for me that doesn't take me, break my bank. So yeah. Okay, there's that one. Aren't these are turning out really cute. I think they'll be good. I do. I think they'll be really sweet. So I hope it inspired you guys today. I know it wasn't a fancy folding, gluing, cutting, fun type of video where I created something that, but I do hope it inspired you with some ideas about what you can do if you just want to be different from Digi, or if, like I said, you just don't have the access to them like you'd like, that this would give you some idea of what you can do. And they turn out really good. So I have background sheets for my journal, and I'm super happy with these. I am. This one not as much, but I may actually redo this and lay it down with, and use this one for like a stamp it up or something, and use it as a journal cards or something like that. Let me see here really quick. You know me, I think of something and I start grabbing. Let's see what we got. We could use something fun here and just decorate on top of it. Of course, I might do that with my stuff, these others too, just for fun. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty. Kind of take away from the fact that it's got glaring spots on it that are bent and folded. And again, where did I put the little piece of foam? I've got it here somewhere. Oh, you guys, I'm impossible. It's not my fault. I always tell you guys, it's the space I'm working in. It's limited. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. That one came out a little better. See? It's pretty. Let's see here. I mean, since we're here, right? We might as well just have a little kickback fun. Just do some cute little stamping here. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Could really use that piece of foam. I think I have, you know what? I can probably use this thing here and fold it. It's kind of made from a foam type base. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Do something sideways. Always like the sideways. Let me see. This is a cute one. This little cup. Let's do this one. Do we want to do green or do we want to do a little bit of black? I'll do it in green. Okay. These are the ones that I got from Flagstaff on my trip. Yeah, there we go. So this will add a little something something to it, so it's not quite so... I mean, it's fine the way it was, but I don't know. The other ones look so nice and neat. This one just kind of looked ragamuffin. Let me see. Let's get this stuff over unplanned projecting, you know, that's me. Just doing something off the cuff with, you know, I had no intention of fiddling with stamps. So, of course, I'm going to grab stamps. Let me see. I'm looking for more of my Christmas ones. Oh, yeah, we have this little guy. He's so cute. Now, him I don't know, black might stand out too much now, since we don't really have anything else. You know what I mean. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, you know, I can't help it. Every time I look at the lines of a song or something, I start humming it. Sheesh. This will be kind of different, right? And like I said, ephemera is going to go on top of this, so it's not like it's going to be this. Oh yeah, my little stamp my dear Pam got me, or sent to me. Let's see, put this one on a thingy because it's a little bit thinner. Now this I do think I'll do with the black, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I love this. There I go, rocking it again. You know what how I do that. I wish I would not do that. Okay. I love that stamp. Now where else should it go, you guys? Let me look through the thing and see it with you guys. Down here would be probably a good spot. Or, yeah. I'm going to go just slightly over the wreath. And then up here in this corner, I need to quit doing that. I always habitually rock my stamps. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. What do you think? Because okay, this will be folded, right? So it'll be like that on one side and like that on the other. Okay, so I am thinking we could do it right here. And then on this side, I was thinking like right here. And I know, there I go again. There. There, like that. So it'll be on the page that way. And then on the other side, it'll be, oops, that way. So you've got that 3, you know, the uneven thing. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. So, okay, now I have these little stockings. They can go, these smaller spots can fill in with the smaller stamps. Okay. And then I have this one, the little present. I'll do this one in black. Hopefully it's not too much. Now I'm worried it'll be too much. I'm going to put that right in the center of the wreath. Let's see. There. There, okay. So there we go. We stamped that up, and now we have a little collage of stamping on this page. And like I said, when it's folded, you know, we'll have, it'll be a little, I may put one more thing up in this, you know what, these little hollies and our little Christmas tree actually would be kind of cute. Yeah. just scattered throughout, right? Oops, ouch. Now these little guys, okay. Right. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like those. Oopsie. So there we go. All right. My stamp went a little bit off on the corners. I pushed too hard. But that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. It made that page look really cute. I like it. I hope you guys do too. And you know what I'm thinking. If anybody out there knows me, you know I'm thinking, oh, some gold skidded across that page would look really cool. So let's just give it a try, shall we? Let's just see if we can get this thing going. There we go. Me and my gold. Sorry, I can't help it. I just can't help it. I had some of you comment the other day how much you love the gold, and I'm like, I know, I can't get enough. I just never can. And I'm always looking for it in different forms too. So like, if I can find it, you know, I'm letting you guys see. So you can see it's there. You can't really see if you're not at the right angle. It's hard to. It just catches the light at certain angles and looks good, you know. Oopsie. Plus my paint stick is getting old. I need to get a new one here pretty soon, but I want to use it all up, you know. So I'm determined to use it. So then you just got the gold skidded across the page, and of course we'll do the edges because it just wouldn't look the same. I'm going to trim this off here. Okay. And I'll probably do something similar on the other side. I'm not going to do it on video, but to decorate the other side, I'll probably do stamping too. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? Yeah, so there we go, guys. What do you think? It's very cute, huh? Didn't intend to do this on video, but I'm glad we did. I just looked at it and thought, you poor little piece of paper, you just look so, look at it, it just looks so plain. It needed something. Yay! The others kind of hold their own, but this one just didn't for me. All right, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Please have a very safe and wonderful day, and be blessed. Be good to each other. I love you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.